The best high school basketball coverage. This is Hoops Madness.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Hoops Madness Overtime. I'm Alan Harwell, along with, as always, Jeff Dubroff. Most of the girls' basketball action is done. We did have one big game tonight to talk about, but the playoffs for the girls will start on Monday.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of things are heating up. You know, playoffs starting, girls' playoffs start Monday. But guys' playoffs, still some spots up for grabs, including a game that you went to tonight.
Yeah, that was definitely a big one. We're talking about the game at Millard tonight. They played host to Veterans Memorial. Let's get to those highlights. Now, Veterans, for them, this is a must-win game for them because they do not want to be mathematically eliminated. The Bucks, meanwhile, began the night tied with Ray for first place, so they were hoping to keep pace with the Texans. So this is a big game for both teams. It took the Bucks only 10 seconds to get on the board. That is Demetrius Guzman. Remember, he had that big game last week against Ray. He nails a big three-pointer there. Back at the other end, the Eagles were doing a great job early on. That's Eli Hinton on the putback as they owned the boards early. And then this time, back that same direction. Great pass from Cameron De La Pena to Hinton, who jams it home. Yeah, you got to like that. That's a big play. Both teams playing well tonight. Malik Sanders, look at him, number 11, drives, scores, makes it look easy. Bucks getting it done from long and short range tonight. This is J.D. Reed, number 32. There he is, and look at him pop it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. A big night for the Buccaneers. They win by 13. Final score, 67-54. So they attempt to keep pace with Ray. We'll find out how they did later tonight. And Veterans Memorial, good season, but they have now been eliminated from playoff contention. So now let's head over to John Paul II High School. The Centurions hosting their arch rivals from IWA, and third place in taps on the line in District 6-5A. A win by John Paul would force a tiebreaker game, and of course bragging rights also on the line tonight. And let's see how this game would fare. Let's start with Caleb Ibarra. Boy, a nifty reverse layup for the Centurions. He was feeling it early on because here he is again, making it look easy. And then it's going to be IWA's turn. Boy, they are so good. They can hit the three. Just ask Jeremy DeGesh, who knocked home the long basket right there. And John Paul calls timeout. They come out, and that's Trey Mendoza. And one for John Paul. And then DeGesh, long three. That's from the locker room. My goodness, Jeff, that kid can hit it from anywhere.
He's good.
And then Zeke Ranklin with the floater off the glass.
Bank is open.
It is, the bank is open, you're right. But the Centurions, they gave it a good try tonight, but in the end it was IWA who would come out and win this game by 14, 50-36. They sweep the series and they lock up third place. So bragging rights belongs to IWA, at least for this year, and then they lock up third place.
Yeah,
so
big for them, big for them. I talked to the coach before the game. He said, my goal is to kick their butt tonight. It looked like they did. He said both he and Coach Marty Bell, they had a mutual agreement. That was the goal. Before that game, though, it was the girls, IWI number 5 in TAPS 5A District 6. They're always good, led by two twins in the low post, Catherine Thomas and Claire Thomas. Let's see how this game would turn out. The Centurions trying to just make the most out of the end of this season. There's Catherine Thomas, beautiful turnaround shot right there, getting it to go. And then watch this, coast to coast, Jeanette Rosario. I mean, that's just easy, Alan. No one played defense right there. Over for the Angels, and now down low. This is Claire Thomas, the twin, getting the bank shot off the glass. Look at them, both really good down low, leading this team. They're the anchors, and now Alex Beltran off the turnover. Fast break, gets the easy layup, slips a little bit. John Paul has to call a timeout. Let me tell you, this was a packed crowd for both of these games, both student-bound. Both students are very, very good crowds. Ray Bailey hits the shot. IWA just too much. They go on to win this one, 53-35. Now in West Oso today, that's a team that we need to look out for. I said it 2 weeks ago. That team is good, and man, they scored 111 points last Tuesday.
They scored a lot of points.
How would they do tonight? Let's find out. They're hosting Ingleside at home, a big game before they finish the regular season. Let's check out the highlights. Ingleside, like the girls, John Paul, just trying to salvage the most of this regular season. And watch this passing. This is Jarrett Christian, three-pointer, nothing but the bottom. I mean, I'm telling you, this team shoots a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes. And when that happens, that's a recipe for points. Marquez Ray on the other side now for Ingleside, trying to do whatever he can to get this team some points. And look at that pass. Dominic
I love
Baker,
it. That's great.
Malachi Flores down low. That would not be the only time they connect tonight. Now Isaiah Ramos getting the and one there. Beautiful mid-hesitation. And watch again. Baker, Flores, beautiful bounce pass. Allen, I mean, passing, shooting, they can do it all. Head coach Ingleside learning that quick.
Makes it easy for the camera guy, doesn't it?
Exactly. Jarrett Christian, corner three, and then now the other way around. This time it's Flores hitting Baker, using the muscle to put it back up. West Oso, 110 to 42, Allen. Back-to-back games putting up 110 or more. Now, London and Bishop, this was a game going on District 31 3A. London could clinch their third straight division title, but if Bishop wins, there would be a tie for first. So a big game going on in Bishop. It was a huge game. Crowd was sold out. Let's check out the highlights here. Bishop putting up a fight towards the end of the season. London, number 13 in Class 3A in the state, but they were without their best player, arguably their best player.
What happened?
Garrett Glass, he hurt his knee. They're waiting for an MRI, but no batter. Joshua Chesney, he's just a sophomore. He is good down low, and then watch, missing on the layup, cleaning up on the boards, putting it back in, making it look like it's nothing. This team was off to a hot start early, and then a corner three for Daniel Garcia. Finally gets the Badgers on the board, but this is Cade Jones. He's a good three-point shooter. Can't let him have that. Loving the three, showing it to the crowd on a hostile road environment. Then an easy layup for Colossus right there. They would have to call a timeout for Bishop, but man, Bishop, you know, they're solid. They're going to get into the playoffs. But this London team is really good. You see the ball movement here. It just wasn't enough. Bishop falls to London, 62-48. London, third straight district title. Good for Coach Ron Lauver and his team. We'll see how they do in the playoffs.
All right, good highlights, Chef. We did have some other games going on around the area tonight, so let's take a look and see how those scores turned out. We will start with that Big Ray game. Remember now, they're trying to keep pace with Miller, and they win 80-47, so they remain tied with Miller for first place in 35A.
That's big for King, too.
Big for King, that's right. We need to talk about that here in just a few minutes.
Flower Bluff, senior night, taking on Gregory Portland. That team is hitting their stride at the right time. It looks like 78-48 is the final from Flower Bluff.
All right, continue on in 5A. Cal Allen had their last district game of the season hosting Laredo Figueroa. Cal Allen has the number 3 seed locked up, and they win again tonight. Boy, it's been 5 years now since they've been to the playoffs, and they're heading back. This has been a big season for the Wildcats.
Good for them. Now to 3A, Aransas pass, 97-32 over Skidmore Tynan. I talked to Coach Glenn Hayes after the game. He gave me a text. 18 made three-pointers. Alan, when you make 18 threes,
you don't lose.
You're not going to lose, and if you do, it means your team didn't play defense. Obviously, the Panthers did there, 97-32.
All right, Odom now. They were on the road against Mathis tonight, and the Owls, man, they continue to fly high. They win 63-52 as they undefeated district season before heading to Aransas Pass.
Yeah.
Now that
the
could
game
be one of the biggest
see.
games of the year, yeah, without a doubt.
Now,
no, you go ahead.
Thank you, Al. Thank you.
Yeah.
And a good time to remind you that girls playoff basketball is starting next Monday. If you need an update on where everyone will be playing or what time or what day, all those games, we have you covered. Visit our website, christv.com. Simply go to sports. All of the games are on there. Some have not been announced, but the majority have. You can find it all there.
Starts on Monday. One of the games we'll be watching is the Carroll versus Tolosa Midway game. That'll be a fun game. All right, don't forget now, Islanders basketball is back on the airwaves tomorrow, homecoming edition, and it's a special indeed. It's a doubleheader. Incarnate Word in town. It all starts with the women at 3 o'clock, and the men will play at 7. Again, we're normally on KDF, but this weekend it's huge because of homecoming. It's on the CW, and I'll be there, and it'll be a whole lot of fun. Okay, let's get back now to 35A. It's very complicated going in, but things have kind of situated itself tonight, correct?
Yes, it looks like it. Looks like King is going to lock up that 3 spot. And then there's Port Lavaca Calhoun, who took on Carroll tonight, and they are up there in that 4 spot with Moody and Veterans Memorial. So it's going to be Moody or it's going to be Calhoun, but King can lock up a win on Tuesday against one of those Victoria teams.
Yeah.
I believe it's Victoria East, and they're not that strong, so King could lock up that playoff spot with a
King
win.
has owns the tiebreakers on many of those scenarios. Plus, we are still waiting word on whether or not if they went out, and we'll find out on Monday and Tuesday, what's going to happen between Miller and Ray. There's talk that they'll play a tiebreaker game to determine the 1 and 2 seed, but now I was hearing tonight they will probably flip a coin.
Really?
So they can rest number 1, number 2, avoid any kind of injuries. And we'll see what happens.
I think that's the smart idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll find out on Monday.
Don't risk it. You don't want someone to get hurt. You're seeing it with London right now without one of their big men.
Yeah.
They're hoping, we're going to get an MRI report soon. They're hoping he's not out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, that's
Coach Ron
big.
Laver says, it's just part of it, but we're hoping he's okay.
All right, Jeff, good job. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
always.
You betcha. Hoops Madness Overtime. Join us every Tuesday and Friday night for the best of high school basketball. We got you the most comprehensive high school action in all of South Texas. Once again, I'm Alan Harwell, and he's Jeff DeBroff. For all of us here at Hoops Madness Overtime, good night. Have a great and warm, at least try to stay warm, weekend.
The best high school basketball coverage. This is Hoops Madness.